Today's reading is taken from Luke 14, verses 7 through 14. On one occasion, when Jesus was going to the house of a leader of the Pharisees to eat a meal on the Sabbath, they were watching him closely. When he noticed how the guests chose the places of honor, he told them a parable. When you are invited by someone to a wedding banquet, do not sit down at the place of honor, in case someone more distinguished than you has been invited by your host, and the host who invited both of you may come and say to you, "Give this person your place," and then in disgrace you would start to take the lowest place. But when you are invited, go and sit down at the lowest place, so that when your host comes, he may say to you, "Friend, move up higher." Then you will be honored in the presence of all who sit at the table with you. For all who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. He said also to the one who had invited him, "When you give a luncheon or a dinner, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or rich neighbors, in case they may invite you in return and you would be repaid. But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame and the blind, and you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Spirit of the living God, move among us all. Make us one in heart and mind. Make us one in love. Humble, caring, selfless, sharing, Spirit of the living God, fill our lives with love. Now you know why I don't sing. It's not my forte. But that song is fresh in my mind and heart this day as I spent some time in the office today preparing for Sunday. I have been on the phone with family I met with yesterday preparing for a funeral to be held at St. Andrew's early in September. A family who is probably not known to St. Andrew's but have had family funerals here in the past. But they are needing and desirous of your prayers. It's the same Spirit of the living God that I ask to be among our fellowship, among our membership over the coming days, as some of you are in the hospital and needing the grace and healing of the great physician. Some of you are struggling with decisions about a variety of things. This week I have met with the pastors, the Victoria Presbyterian pastors, to plan the meeting in September as we look at what collaborative ministry or partnership looks like for all of our congregations to be able to share resources, to share ideas. These are pivotal times. These are important times. And how desperately I need the Spirit of the living God to fall fresh on me. And I suspect that is your prayer as well. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on all of us. Make us one in love. That's my prayer as well. That we would be humble, we would be caring, we would be selfless, and we would be sharing. Remember, this is not the church of me. This is the church of Jesus Christ. And it's not a church that's made in my image or made in your image. It's made in the Lord's image. And if not, all of those elements of that prayer sung and spoken in this hymn will not come to fruition. So let's sing and hope and pray that together. Spirit of the living God, fall fresh on all of us, now and in the days to come, for the changes and challenges of this day and these times. Thanks be to God, we are here together, and we are in unison and one in heart, and it's the heart of Jesus Christ, who loves us more than we yet imagine. Thanks be to God for each of you. Amen.